We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
Let's get you an update on the forecast now with KIMT Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. Yeah, an umbrella you have in your hand, definitely going to need that, especially because it stopped for a bit, but we're going to get another round, aren't we?
Yeah, we got some rain already moving into Mason City right now. That's going to be spreading to the north as we go through this evening. So if you're going to be heading out for dinner, grab the umbrella because you're going to need it here for the next several hours and even into tomorrow morning. Might want to have it on hand just in case. The rain's going to become a bit more scattered as we go into your Wednesday morning. But right now, you can see a pretty healthy rain there in North Iowa around Osage, Riceville, down into the Floyd County area, Floyd, Charles City, back over towards Norris Springs, Mason City as well. That is spreading to the north. And notice some of the yellow showing up there, so some more moderate rainfall activity, and we got more rain to the south around Waterloo, down towards the Cedar Rapids area. That's going to be building into the north, and everyone's going to get some more rain here for later this evening into tonight. And notice back to the west into parts of western Minnesota, that blue, yeah, that's snow falling. Areas around Fairmont up towards the Marshall area. We're not going to really see any snow accumulation here, but we could see some snowflakes trying to mix in with the rain a bit going into your Wednesday morning. So roads may become a little bit slippery if we get a little bit more snow activity by around midday tomorrow. So if you see the snow falling, just slow it down because the roads are going to start to get a little bit slippery as our temperatures drop down into the middle 30s by tomorrow afternoon. Talk about rainfall totals today, pretty decent. Many areas around a quarter to over a half an inch in Mason City and Fort Dodge, about a half an inch for Owatonna. A little bit lighter amounts around Albert Lea and Rochester, just shy of that half-inch mark, but we will likely be above that as we get some more rain building in. Right now, as we look at Austin, we're actually looking live at Mason City, but these are the Austin conditions. We got 43 right now. Rain is falling. Got some drizzle, some mist out there in downtown Rochester. 41 degrees. A bit overcast, and some rain is not too far away. And going through our forecast this evening, rain is going to be moving in. Temperatures are going to stay in the 40s, but by tomorrow morning, notice we're dropping down into the 30s. And yeah, talk about some snow mixing in. Luckily, temperatures are staying above freezing, so any snow that does fall, well, it's going to be melting on contact and likely going to be melting as it's falling. So good news there. We are not tracking much in the way, or really any snow accumulation until you get to areas well far west of Interstate 35. So rain continues through this evening into tonight. Starting to get some snow showers trying to mix in with the rain by tomorrow morning. That starts to taper off, becoming a bit more scattered through the day Wednesday. And overall, just looking at a colder day with highs in the lower 40s. Additional rainfall, a quarter to a half an inch, not out of the question. Maybe a few areas seeing a little bit more than that as we get into tonight. 7-day forecast showing drier conditions for the end of the work week. Highs in the lower to middle 40s on your Thursday and Friday. More sunshine for the weekend, and we're back up to near 50 by next week.
All right, Aaron, thank you. All right, so have you ever wanted to learn about how Rube Goldberg machines work or how the weather works? KIMT News 3's Alex Juergens is live at Osage High School for the annual STEAM Festival along with meteorologist Ryan Knapp, where students and parents are getting hands-on demonstrations about the STEAM fields. Alex.
That's right, Tyler. I am joined by KIMT meteorologist Ryan Knapp. Ryan, what brings you here to Osage today?
Well, we're doing some talks with some students, faculty, really anyone, parents as well, just about severe weather because this week is Severe Weather Awareness Week. So we want to make sure to get kind of the information out that Storm Team 3 can present, and that's why we're here in Osage.
Absolutely. And then you had a presentation just wrapped up a little bit ago. The students here really pretty excited about seeing just how the weather works and what meteorology does in general.
Yeah, it's a really cool topic, and we had a great kind of first group that just came through here. We're talking all about severe weather awareness and just kind of talking about meteorology, talking about the science, so that way they can kind of get a better understanding for it. And it's always good that, maybe if they can go home, teach the parents about something, and maybe even sooner or later become a meteorologist themselves.
Very nice. And there are other presenters here at tonight's STEAM Festival. We'll have more coverage tonight on KIMT News 3 at 10. For now, live in Osage, Alex Juergens, KIMT News 3.
All right, good work, guys. And we'll, of course, have more coverage from tonight's festival tonight on KIMT News 3 at 10. Also coming up at 10, the Rochester School Board meets tonight with several big items on the agenda. KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon is monitoring it right now, and he'll tell us exactly what the board approved. And what's on the table tonight is Dr. Pakel's new full-time superintendent contract. Also, what the newest elementary school's mascot will be. We'll fill you all in at 10. In health news, multiple myeloma is a relatively uncommon form of blood cancer that affects less than 1% of the U.S. population. That's according to the American Cancer Society. March is Myeloma Awareness Month. People younger than 45 rarely get the disease, and it occurs more in older men than women. And your risk is doubled if you're African American. Symptoms vary, but can include fatigue, bone pain, anemia, and frequent infections. While it's not clear what causes multiple myeloma, doctors know that it begins with an abnormal plasma cell in your bone marrow, which produces too much protein inappropriately and multiplies rapidly.
Multiple myeloma is an incurable blood cancer that produces a lot of proteins that can cause damage to various organs, particularly the bones as well as the kidney.
Like many other cancers, the disease can be treated with medication, chemotherapy, radiation, and even a bone marrow transplant. In continuing coverage, the number of missed school days in Minneapolis has hit double digits. No classes again today as educators strike for higher salaries, mental health resources, and limits on class sizes. David Schumann gives us an update and how some families are keeping structure in their kids' lives during the off time.
Here, there's a different kind of teacher. The North Community YMCA is giving these Minneapolis public school students a chance to take their green thumbs for a spin.
We have a program where it's garden to table, so they learn how to grow their food and then prepare their food, and they learn about nutrition.
The Y has become like a de facto school while MPS teachers and education support professionals strike.
And let's get it together.
Deanna Perkins says close to 60 kids drop in from 7 a.m. to 6 each weekday.
Yeah, it's definitely a different way of learning, and I think it's necessary. So yes, we talk about project-based learning. I think it's, it's kind of like project-based learning when they're learning hands-on skills.
Time in the gym is, of course, on the curriculum.
Got her!
In addition to arts and crafts, field trips, and more typical school subjects.
We like to say that we're filling in the gaps, and we're making sure they get what they need while they're not in school.
The Educators Union and District are negotiating through mediation, a process former State Supreme Court Justice James Gilbert is very familiar with.
I've been doing mediations now for the last 12 years.
He's not involved in the MPS negotiations, but says it frankly. Pushing deals across the finish line is difficult.
If you think the other side is going to lose and you're going to win, we're never going to get something done. But I encourage people to keep an open mind, be creative.
Now families can expect school to go longer into June, all to make up those days. Several parents and students have said to staff members that they're ready to get back into class.
Coming up in sports, the Rochester Grizzlies are in the Fraser Cup Championship. We'll tell you about that matchup. Plus, it's state tournament time in boys hoops. The Austin Packers hit the court today. We have those highlights for you next.